Hey guys, it's Maxie here and welcome to another edition of The Evolution Will Be Televised. We are on the aftermath of what was a very interesting pay-per-view at Backlash. Now we head on to May's pay-per-view of Judgment Day. 11,350 fans at the British Columbia Civic Coliseum, so hopefully a good show for everyone to enjoy. So we start off with Austin in the ring with Evolution. Shawn Michaels is basically too upset, distraught from that defeat last night. He wanted to become WWE World Heavyweight Champion again. Austin says, HBK get pinned, I didn't, and I want a fair opportunity. I don't want any of these Evolution members getting an opportunity. I just want to kick Triple H's son of a bitch little ass. So, at B plus 87, a lot of guys doing okay. Batista was poor on the mic, but again, these kind of segments will benefit the Evolution members. What I'm looking to do here is build up to Austin versus Triple H as we go on week by week. And yeah, it's hopefully going to be a nice little feud here. Of course, there'll still be the HBK factor to come in at one point. It basically leads to Eric Bischoff setting up our main event for tonight, which is a match between Steve Austin and the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. I don't know if we ever got that match. If anyone could clarify if we ever did see that match, let me know. But a B82, and it got the crowd hotter as well. So the first match of the evening was Subpar Wrestling with Little Heat, and it saw Mark Henry pick up a convincing win over Tommy Dreamer in 3:33 by pinfall. Destructive of his attack of Kane yesterday, just showing how dominant Mark Henry is. Not the greatest performance in the world, but working with someone like Tommy Dreamer can certainly help him. Only negative, Mark Henry's inconsistency. Next up though, Mark Henry decides he's going to beat the crap out of Dreamer, basically teach him a lesson effectively, and it takes until his old ECW friend Rhino to come in and save him, and he basically chases off Mark Henry. So C60, Dreamer was underwhelming. Rhino came across well here. Could it be a potential feud for the IC title between Rhino and Mark Henry in the future? We'll find out. Rhino's in action. He's teaming up with a Hurricane. In a decent matchup, it was Christian and his new friend, Christopher Nowinski, who defeated Rhino and the Hurricane in 9:35, when Christian defeated the Hurricane with the Unprettier. Nowinski was the weak link. Obviously, we're still building him up slowly but surely, but match rating, pretty respectable. Good to see Rhino and the Hurricane had great chemistry. It was just two guys put together, so that's quite pleasing to see, so we might use that tandem in the future. You can see here the moreover guys, of course, Rhino and Christian. Storyline advances between Christian and Rhino. There'll be a lot more to come with that. As I say, there is a third wheel in that feud. But yeah, pleasing things in our upper mid-card. Christian then hypes up a promo at B80, and he's basically just berated Chris Jericho. He says, trust you get injured when one of us could have won that championship. Our friendship is over. I'm going to find someone a lot more trusting in Christopher Nowinski. So that gains heat to the storyline for the IC title. We then had a hype video for Dr. Nick Dinsmore in F8. So a long way to go in terms of the overness of the crooked doctor, Dr. Nick. We then had a bikini contest just to ensure we get a quota of attractive females. Coach hosts it. We have Trish Stratus, Victoria, Stacey Cable and Molly Holly. Trish is the winner. The reason being for this is Trish is injured, Stacey's a manager. That's pretty much two of our attractive females. So continues, well, should continue the female storyline for the title, but a C plus 67, another storyline, or another segment as we look set to turn Molly Holly babyface. She's in action. She defeats Jacqueline in 7:22 with a Molly go around. A D plus 50. It's interesting that it says that she's got little reaction for her face turn. She's certainly someone who I thought did some okay work as a face when she was with Spike Dudley, but it's just how unbalanced the roster is. For females, far more heels than baby faces, so Molly will be one that will look to change over, and she was the winner in this match that did have a few negatives, poor momentum, and of course being her storytelling match as well. We then hyped up Sean O'Haire, that was an E plus 31. Interesting that he gets the crowd killed a little bit, despite the fact the Nick Dinsmore one didn't, for a lower rating, but two guys that will make their debuts on Raw eventually. But then had a matchup that had decent reaction from the crowd and a subpar wrestling. DDP defeats Steven Richards in 8-10 with the diving cutter, C-55. It seems to be glitched with DDP. It says he's debuted his annoying gimmick again, which got an initial rating of awful. I'm not too worried about it on the basis of DDP won't be around for long, so we'll use him. He probably won't gain a lot, maybe he'll lose a bit of overness, but he's really just a filler gap to get a bit more of our lesser workers over. So, what a negative there. DDP, low morale, poor gimmick, and declining physical ability. We then had Rico just bigging up Jamal and Rosie. Got the crowd hotter. It's just Rico saying it's just a matter of time before these two men are tag team champions. So Dudley's, Evolution, Booker T and Goldust, champions Lance Storm and William Regal. Keep your eyes out, because in 3 minutes you could certainly be losing those titles. Then move on to a match in the tag division, 4 teams represented by 1 man each, and it was a decent matchup that saw Booker T pick up the win over Randy Orton, Bubba Ray Dudley, Lance Storm and Randy Orton, 14:04, when Booker T defeated Lance Storm with the scissors kick. Orton's a weak link, which is disappointing, so we might need to start building him up with a few victories. It's all good and well putting him in these matches and gaining skills, but the overness has got to come as well. So he picks up the defeat here. Booker picks up the win. A few negatives there, mostly for Randy, but yeah, does its job. Just shows well, actually, quite a stacked tag division, which is good. Next up was a decent match showcasing Bill Goldberg, of course, who defeated The Rock at Backlash. He wins in 7:41 with a spear over Sean Morley, or Chief Morley in this. Much better performance, B-76. Does the job. A few negatives, but overall, you've got to make Bill Goldberg look strong. Then have The Rock saying, yeah, you got lucky. Your jabroni, you got lucky at the Backlash pay-per-view. In The Rock's time, The Rock's moment, The Rock will lay off the Smackdown on Bill Goldberg's handy ass and avenge that defeat that never should have happened. So that's an A90. Our main event was a superb matchup. Steve Austin defeats Ric Flair in 9:50 with a stunner. B82. Pretty happy with that. It's probably achieved a lot more than I thought it would. Match suffered because of a lack of selling. Maybe two guys were not keen to put the other guy over. But 93 for Austin, 64 for the Nature Boy. Both guys with declining physical ability as well. I think it done its job. Decent main event. And it ends the show with Austin celebrating and Triple H beating him down, showing that he is still king of Monday Night Raw. So A90, pretty decent end to the show there. B plus 84 increases our pop in 15 regions. You can see slowly but surely what we're trying to do. We've got each division kind of filtered out. There's an IC division, women's division, a tag, the WWE picture, and then just below that. So it's a case of getting those divisions, good storylines, and bringing new guys in as well, and hopefully we'll have a good time going forward. So that is the Raw portion of This Week in WWE. Stay tuned. Coming up next, Tuesday Night Smackdown. Now we're on to the Smackdown portion of this week's Week in WWE. We're in Hawaii at the Stan Sheriff Centre in front of 10,117 fans. After being brutally attacked by the Big Show after their match at Backlash, Chris Benoit is out and he is furious. He wants his hands on the Giant. However, he has to deal with A-Train, Paul Heyman, and the Big Show saying, hey, if you want hands on the Big Show, you're going to have to go through the A-Train as well. The numbers aren't in your favour, Benoit, so just toodle on back to the locker room. So B-73 there. Continues a couple of storylines, that's good to see. Big Show and Paul Heyman came across well. Show off their strong start, they got the crowd hotter as well. We'll carry on, because it's the first really part of a double segment. Paul Heyman said, you know what, if you want the Big Show, fine, cool, you can take on A-Train tonight. If you can beat the A-Train, we'll maybe see what we can make happen. So, B-71 there. Heyman's not suited to his gimmick, but the storyline advances, gaining a little bit of heat. And in the matchup, Benoit defeats the A-Train in 9:57 by pinfall. Another match really to give Benoit something to do. Heyman does some good work at ringside for A-Train, it gets the crowd hotter. Benoit 182, A-Train with 63. I think any chances of getting A-Train to the main event are quite unlikely, but a good win to start the show for Chris Benoit. We then go into an extremely short match. Rikishi defeats B-Squared in 2:12 with a Banzai drop. A simple match here, storytelling match. Filler match, being truthfully honest, with a C-56. You can see there, holding back for both guys, and the match also saw B-Squared get a negative crowd reaction. We then had another bit of filler, filling up our attractive women quota for the show. Josh Matthews hosting a bikini contest between Tori Wilson and Dawn Marie, and this got a C63. Can confirm we do have Sable on our books now. She'll join in a week's time. Unsure if she is going to go to Raw or Smackdown, but she is here in the WWE once again. Probably Smackdown, I'd imagine, to add depth to the women's division. So back into the serious stuff now. A poor match saw Chuck Palumbo, Johnny Stamboli and Nunzio, the full-blooded Italians, defeat Funaki, Crash Holly and Tajiri in 7:57 when Nunzio defeated Funaki with the Arrivederci. Again, building up the overness of the FBI after their defeat to Brock Lesnar and Rey Mysterio at Backlash. It just shows Nunzio the king of that side of the cruiserweights, but obviously a bit of help with two much larger athletes. So a C-54. And a promo from Los Guerreros. They're basically fuming at their defeat last night, and they vowed to get their tag team championships back from Team Angle. So it's a B80. Chavo's in 1-on-1 action with Charlie Haas, and in 9:44, Charlie Haas with the upset win with a Haas of Pain. So a C60. I really just want to try and get Shelton and Charlie over as quickly as I can so they can be the top team in the tag division, because I do eventually plan to split Chavo and Eddie. So decent match up there, does its job where it is in the card. Charlie Haas picks up the win. Next up was a good wrestling match with a decent reaction from the crowd. We had Edge defeat Matt Hardy in 12:17 with a spear, a B-76. Showing that despite his loss to John Cena at Backlash, Edge has got a bit of momentum again with this win. Edge with a better performance than Matt, despite Matt being slowed down by his tendonitis in his elbow. Really hoping for something strong from Edge going forward. John Cena's in the match next, so as he is coming to the ring, him and Edge have a bit of a confrontation, and it takes a couple of road agents to basically escort Edge to the back and Cena to the ring. So B+85, storyline continues. As Cena defends his newly won again United States Championship, a great wrestling match with good heat as he defeats Rey Mysterio in 14:28 with a handful of tights. Third title defence, adds prestige to the championship belt. B79, and yeah, maybe a feud down the line, but Mysterio is going to dominate the cruiserweights for a wee bit longer before we push him up the card. Kurt Angle is then looking for a tag team partner tonight. He's struggling, and it's been confirmed they had to go with Jamie Noble. So they're going to watch each other's backs. Jamie Noble thinks he's a little tough bastard, so he's going to be helping Kurt Angle in our blockbuster main event. So it's a B-74. Angle came across well, Noble struggled, but it's a massive occasion for Jamie Noble. As in our main event, superb matchup. The win is for Brock Lesnar and Undertaker. They defeat Angle and Noble in 15:04 when Lesnar defeated Noble with the F5. Noble, of course, the weak link. B80, pretty respectable. I think overness would certainly help him. Obviously, I think he's a class guy in the ring, just never really had his opportunity to show it in WWE. Of course, the likes of Ring of Honor, it was well documented. A very good wrestler. You can see there in terms of performances, Undertaker and Lesnar, an Angle well above Jamie Noble. But done his job. Noble improves in performance skills. A few negatives there to be expected. Post-match, it leads to The Undertaker, Lesnar, Kurt Angle being joined in the ring by Hulk Hogan. They're all trading words of who wants to become the WWE champion. Of course, that held by The Undertaker. Despite being his friend, Lesnar wants the shot, Angle wants his opportunity to become champion again, and Hulk Hogan just wants an opportunity to create history. So that's a B+84. And it ends the show with Stephanie confirming that Judgment Day will be a fatal 4-way match for the WWE Championship as Undertaker defends against Hulk Hogan, Brock Lesnar, and Kurt Angle. So pretty decent Smackdown, I'd say. Ends the show on a high with big match announced for the pay-per-view. And yeah, overall we finish with a B80. No specific comments made about the show, so no loss of pop, no gain of pop. But considering I think with Jamie Noble in the main event, I don't think we can really argue with that. It's a good opportunity for him. And maybe something we'll look to do in the future as well, is bring folk up and give them opportunities in the main event. Let's see if there's anything there. Directly affects us, not really. Eddie Guerrero says Johnny Stamboli can't work the style. Michael Hayes says A-Train doesn't get it. Benoit doesn't like Stamboli. And Hulk Hogan doesn't like Tajiri. Interesting. Not going to let any guy go though. But overall, pretty decent show. A few guys are unhappy, we'll set to fix that. Injury list is still quite high, so we'll still get the likes of Billy Gunn coming back, Bradshaw's back shortly, Kevin Nash is back shortly, Trish and Scotty 2 Hotty, so that'll give a bit more depth to the division. Then eventually Billy Gunn, Jericho, Hardcore Holly and Lita down the line. So looking promising with that. Test's back in a month. Still quite a long time for Jeff Hardy, Rob Van Dam and Spanky. But yeah, hopefully we can put together a good card for Judgment Day and hopefully one that can really propel us going forward. So as always, just watching, guys and girls, much appreciated. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like. Any comments on this series, some other series, wrestling in general, your own saves, let us know. How did you find wrestling at this moment in time as well? Any share subscriptions are appreciated too. And don't forget, of course, to check out other bookers on the Grey Dog software forums and the Fantasy Bookers subreddit. One thing I will also say is I will be looking to tweak the schedule a little bit. Normally it was TEW videos Sunday, Tuesday, with the FM videos dropping. It seems to be Thursdays. I'm going to try and change it where it's going to be the WWE series for 2021 on a Sunday. Scotland save will go up on a Tuesday until FM19, then we'll work out what we're going to do for that. This save will go up on Thursdays, so that'll be starting soon, and then FM Memories will be live on Saturdays. So if you're into FM, good bit of content for that and for this going forward. As I say, we'll be going ham for FM19 just when we decide where home is going to be on that. But cheers for watching, much appreciated. Catch you next time for another week in the WWE. Goodbye.